Nigeria, Africa's most populated country, is on fire right now. The nation is experiencing a wave of unrest that has gripped its cities and towns, creating a tense and volatile atmosphere. Nationwide protests have erupted, referred to as hunger or hardship protests. These demonstrations are not just isolated incidents, but a widespread movement that has seen people from all walks of life take to the streets. This is due to a brutal combination of unprecedented fuel prices, high food inflation, and rising electricity costs. The daily struggle to afford basic necessities has become unbearable for many Nigerians, and a collapse in the value of the naira. The devaluation of the currency has further exacerbated the economic woes, making imported goods and services even more expensive. These factors have culminated in one of the worst living crises the nation has faced in decades. Long queues for basic necessities have become a common sight, and the sense of desperation is palpable. Nigeria is a land of stark contrasts. The disparity between the rich and the poor is glaring, with opulent neighborhoods existing alongside sprawling slums. Nigeria is a land of stark contrasts. It's home to some of the world's poorest people, who struggle daily to make ends meet. Yet it's also the continent's top oil producer. The wealth generated from oil has not trickled down to the average citizen, leading to widespread discontent. And it pays its government officials the highest wages in Africa. This has led to accusations of mismanagement and corruption at the highest levels of government. Just recently, millions of dollars were approved for a presidential yacht and SUVs for lawmakers. This decision has been met with outrage, as many see it as a blatant misuse of public funds. This glaring disparity has fueled the belief among protesters that poor government decisions and rampant corruption are to blame. The anger is not just about economic hardship, but also about a perceived lack of accountability and transparency. The anger and frustration have led to violent clashes between police and protesters. The streets have become battlegrounds, with both sides showing no signs of backing down. Tragically, this has resulted in the deaths of at least 9 people. The loss of life has only intensified the resolve of the protesters who are demanding justice and change, with nearly 700 arrests. The government's heavy-handed response has been criticized both domestically and internationally. The president, who won by the smallest margin of any Nigerian president ever, has ordered a 24-hour curfew. This measure is seen as an attempt to quell the unrest, but it has also been met with resistance and called for an end to the protests. The curfew has emptied the streets, but the underlying issues remain unresolved. Meanwhile, the military has threatened to intervene if the unrest continues to grow. The presence of soldiers on the streets has added to the tension, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. The stakes are high. The world is watching as Nigeria, a nation with immense potential, grapples with deep-seated issues of poverty, corruption, and governance. The international community is concerned about the stability of this key African nation. It's a critical moment that could shape the future of this vibrant country and its people. The outcome of these protests could determine the direction Nigeria takes in the coming years. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing story. The situation is fluid, and new developments are occurring rapidly. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on global news.